everyone, good morning, welcome to here. Today we're going to talk about something. Today we're going to talk all about drop D tuning. We're going to talk about what it is and what it does to the fretboard. What changes, I'll tell you. And so in standard tuning, this string here would be tuned to the E note, A, D, G, B, and E notes. But in drop D tuning, this bottom E string here is tuned down a whole step to the D note. And a whole step is just moving down the music alphabet 2 notes over. Downwards, And so D is a whole step down from E. But we would keep the rest of the strings exactly the same. And so the whole change in this system happens exclusively on that 6th string there. I can't believe we're here right now together. And so now what is that change exactly? Well, since the notes on the fretboard follow the musical alphabet in order, starting from our open string note, all the notes along the 6th string here follow in order starting from the D note. And I like to visualize the open string notes coming from the nut, okay, from up there. So that's the D note. Ding. And then the first fret is going to be D sharp, E flat. Then the next fret over is going to be E, okay? And the next fret is going to be F. And then forever and always for the same thing is going to happen all the way, okay? Listen to here, listen to me. We're here together. And we're gonna talk about sandwiches and chocolate cake. But here's where the real visualization of this drop D tuning system happens, okay? I'm gonna tell it to you right now. So notice how in standard tuning, our E note, right, our open E string note would be right here on the nut. But in drop D tuning, it's right here. Oh, it's 2 frets up. And 2 frets is a whole step, correct? Correct, okay. And then the F note in standard tuning would be right here. But in drop D tuning, it's right here. Oh, okay, which is also 2 frets up. And so that's because since the notes are all mapped out in order starting from the open string note, that means not only does the open string note get moved down a whole step, but so does all the rest of the notes on its string, okay? And so, so think about it as, in drop D tuning, we pick up the string, ring, and then we bring it down 2 frets, and then we place it back down. Okay, yeah. Oh dear, I hear the vacuum. Okay, what should we talk about? Oh, you want to see something? Let me show you something. We're taking a pause, by the way, because they're vacuuming outside, so you probably hear the vacuum, and we don't want that, do we? We're a professional unit over here. Look here, look, you see? Look, it's my blanket that I knitted. Its proportions are a little off, but you could warm one leg at a time. You can use it as a shoulder warmer. You can use it to prank your friends into thinking you have no arms. And I know that may be a little bit confusing to conceptualize, okay? Because didn't I say that in drop D tuning, the notes get tuned down a whole step? Why is this string moving up this way? And so theoretically, all the notes on the string are moving down in pitch, okay? But positionally, all the notes are moving up the fretboard, okay? From the way that we're in standard tuning. And so now, what does that mean playing-wise? Okay, what does that mean playing-wise? Well, there are a few cool little things that happen with this newly organized note system. First of which is that these bottom 3 strings here, are a D power chord. Why? Because this string is a D note, this is A, and this is another D, and that is a D power chord, okay? So all you have to do to play D power chord is play these top 3 strings open like this, okay? You can use it to cover your plants. Yeah, look, it's bowling safe blanket. Yeah, look, it's bowling safe. Okay, now the second trick. Okay, the second trick is that now we could take these same 3 bottom strings here and bar them this time. Yeah. And this would be another power chord, okay? That you could play on any fret. Any fret. And the chord identifier or the root note of that power chord would be on that 6th string here. And so, why does that even happen? Hello? Well, that's because these 2 strings here are both D notes, right? And so all the notes along these 2 strings here are mirrored. They're exactly the same, right? And all the notes on this 5th string in the middle of them just so happen to be the 5th degrees of the notes they are sandwiched between, okay? So for example, this note here in drop D tuning is the F note, and this note here is the C note. And C is, the 5th degree of F. And the same thing works for the rest of them. Okay, they all are the same. Yeah, well, they're not the same, but they work the same. They're all the 5th degrees, okay? Have you seen my lava lamp? Have you seen it? Look, it's not laving right now. There's no bubbles. There's no bubbles. No, but they'll be there soon enough. And so now, okay, listen, the most important thing about this drop D tuning that you need to understand, okay, is that it breaks the chord and scale shapes that use this bottom 6 string here, okay? For example, we can no longer play this E-shaped major chord as is, okay? We can't do that anymore because the chord identifier of this chord shape in standard tuning is here on the 6th string. But now in drop D tuning, it no longer lines up to the rest of the intervals in the chords since they're unchanged in drop D tuning. It's just the 6th string. So we'd have to either drop the string entirely and just play the bottom half of that chord, or if you wanted to play this chord in, in the bass here, you would have to find it or meet it where it was moved to. Which is what? Tell me what it is. Okay, I'll say it. Which is 2 frets up, right? So it's no longer here. It's going to be 1, 2, right there. Tee. And I mean, this really isn't really a way that you wouldn't really play it like this. You really wouldn't. I mean, what is that? Look at that. Look at it. It looks like a prank. Don't forget, if ever you didn't know what to do with your life, just may I suggest joining the circus. And so the same thing with scale shapes, okay? What was that? In standard tuning, the identifier of the scale, the 1st degree, right, would be right here. But in drop D tuning, it got moved, right? It got nudged over. It got nudged over 2 frets, okay? It said, you're not allowed to be got evicted, really. Really, it got evicted. And it had to pack up all its things, a 30-day notice. And they didn't even give him his security deposit back because he had a party one day and somebody punched a wall. It was a whole thing. I don't want to get into it. But he had to pay for that too. So not only did he get evicted, but he got a big old bill for plastering walls and drywalling the 6th string, So he moved up the street. Right there. If you join the circus, you have a lot of discounts on the circus merchandise. You have, popcorn's free for you. You have an abundance of clown makeup. So if you wanted to play this whole scale here, yeah, we have to nudge ourselves 2 frets over. Clown merchandise. Clown merchandise. Clown merchandise. And so that's really it, okay? I don't really know what else to say about it. Okay, it's drop D tuning and what happens to the notes. All you have to know is they all get evicted, okay? That's really the moral of the story. All the notes get evicted and they move up the street 2 notes, 2 streets over, 2 blocks over, okay? That's stupid, all I have to say ever for the rest of all of time. Look at my lava lamp. That's all everyone. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being there. Thanks for all that you do. Have I showed you my blanket? Don't forget, the circus is a place where children go to get abducted. Oh. Don't forget to go to meganchurch.com. Get yourself a blanket. Come on. Get yourself a blanket. And also get yourself the 70s Zen Guitar eBooks. We got 2 of them. We got the 70s Zen Beginner Guitar Guide. That's going to help you on your beginner journey, okay? It's going to tell you exactly what you need to learn at the beginning of playing guitar, and there's a practice schedule and everything. Then we got the 70s Zen Beginner Guitar Guide, and that is a chord and scale and theory reference book all organized in the Cage system. You've never seen anything like it. Yeah, and then we get the Key to Music Theory Wheelchair course. That is a course where we go through the fundamentals of music, okay? How major scales are built, how we build chords from those scales. How it's all organized in case. That's where you start if you want to start learning about music theory, okay? Yeah. Also, I opened up memberships. Woo! It's just a little way to support the channel if you want to. Just if you want to. We got little stickers, little labels, things like that. And so that's all, okay? Don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to solve a Rubik's Cube at 5,000 subscribers for the world to see. And then I'm going to solve a circus. Solve a circus? I meant I'm going to join the circus. Yeah, it's magic. No, it's not. It's just thunder. Don't forget, let me tell you a little story about a man. He was an accountant. What was his name, you asked? Well, he asked me not to say, but I'll say it anyway. His name was Philip Valance. Philip Valance was an accountant. He would go to work every day. Every day he'd go to accounting work. But also, what nobody knew about him is he was also a circus clown. Okay. He would go to the circus. He would juggle the juggles. He pat little bears on the head. One day, he went into work, his accounting work. And the thing is, he thought he was going to the circus. He got his jobs mixed up. Imagine that. He went into his accounting job in a circus outfit. Okay. And they said, Philip Valance, what are you doing in a circus outfit on a Tuesday in the conference room next to the staplers and Post-its? He said, oh, dang it, the jig's up, ain't it? I'm really a clown. My clown name is PP the Free Free. PP the Free Free is my name, he says. This is my clown name. It's my circus clown name. And they said, oh my God. Does this mean you don't want to pitch in for Barry's birthday cake anymore? It's his birthday tomorrow. And then PP the Free Free, who's Philip Valance, he said, no, I will, of course I will. And not only will I pitch in, I will show up in the clown uniform. And I will give him a clown show for his birthday here in the office. For you, free of charge, even though we typically charge $57 an hour, including taxes and lunch breaks, when we do private parties. But I'll give it to you free of charge. So he says, great. PP the Free Free, welcome aboard.